Pablo Escobar hid $500 billion, but only $18 million was found. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was a Colombian drug lord and a drug terrorist who was the founder and sole leader of the Medellín Cartel, dubbed the King of Cocaine. Escobar was the richest criminal of all time, with an estimated net worth of $30 billion at the time of his death. But his drug cartels had a monopoly on the US cocaine trade from the 1980s to early 1990s. Did you know that Pablo went to the extraordinary measures he took to hide his wealth? He was notorious for hiding stacks of cash in walls, beneath the floors, and other hidden spaces. From the $500 billion fortune only, a small portion has been found. Stay tuned to find out all the details. Escobar was reportedly the 7th richest person on the planet and at the height of his career. Since Escobar's passing in Medellín, where he had spent decades fighting the Colombian government to avoid extradition in the United States, there have been rumors of his hidden wealth. Escobar possessed so much money that it could not all be laundered in time for him to use it. The only way for Escobar to keep his riches secure, according to his brother, was to figuratively bury it in the earth and hide it inside the walls of the properties he owned. The biggest issue was concealing the money. Roberto de Jesus Gravis Escobar writes in his book The Accountant's Story, Inside the Violent World of the Medellín Cartel. I invented the Caleta system, which are tiny hiding holes in the walls of homes and flats where as much as $5 million in cash might be stashed away. It should come as no surprise that these hiding places weren't always the safest locations to store money. Roberto Escobar also stated that we would write off 10% of the money because the rats would devour it in storage or it would be damaged by water or lost. Despite the accounts of piles of cash being shrink-wrapped and placed into plastic barrels. Escobar was also involved in philanthropy in Colombia and pays his cocaine lab staff generously. Escobar has spent millions developing some of Medellín's poorest neighborhoods. He helped build roads, power lines, and soccer fields. He also built housing complexes for the homeless. Escobar has also been involved in politics since the 1970s and participated in and supported the creation of the Colombian Liberal Party. In 1982, he successfully entered the Colombian Congress. Although only a replacement, he automatically enjoys congressional immunity and the right to a diplomatic passport under Colombian law. At the same time, Escobar was slowly becoming a public figure, and because of his philanthropic work, he became known by the nickname Robin Hood Paisa. The Robin Hood of the northeastern Colombia. In an interview, he himself said his fortune came from a bicycle rental company he founded at the age of 16. Colombia rather than a cell in the United States. Pablo Escobar's words, despite US law enforcement, will come true sooner than the drug lord expected. Escobar was born in Rio Negro, Colombia in 1949 and created a drug cartel in Medellín in the 1970s. At its peak, the gang provided about 80% of the cocaine smuggled into the United States. His wealth put him on Forbes' list of global billionaires for 7 years. After the United States issued an extradition order, Escobar resisted arrest and his gang targeted politicians, policemen, and journalists. After his arrest in 1991, Escobar was held in a prison of his own design, dubbed the Church, where he continued to oversee the Medellín Cartel. In total, Escobar will be responsible for about 4,000 deaths, but his humble origins have made him popular with some Colombians, whose supporters he cultivated by donating large sums of money and investing in Medellín's poor neighborhoods. Escobar is thought to be worth $30 billion, or $420 million a week in earnings. Although it is impossible to determine his precise net worth because of the extraordinary measures he took to hide his wealth, he spent the money on a lavish lifestyle that includes a number of homes with everything from exotic animals to bull rings. In his interview, Nicolas Escobar mentioned that part of the money he found was broken and useless. Who knows, maybe there is also money hidden in your home. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.